Oh, okay.
Water red.
Food's red, water's blue? Yeah. Gotcha.
Before we get to the age-old question of which came first, the chicken or the egg, we must first ask another question.
Now, where are the chickens going to live?
In a nest.
In a nest. Where's that nest going to be?
Like the wood. The wood, like we have the hammer to fix to make a wood. To make a nest.
If you didn't catch that, Orchards Elementary School first grader Victor says the chicken will live in a nest made of wood. And on this day, his class is buzzing with the sounds of collaboration and construction and those nests, called brooders, being made. Delana McGill and other first grade teachers at Orchards had an idea for some project-based learning centered around the life cycle of chickens. Her first graders designed brooders for baby chicks and then reached out to Susan Mangin, a teacher at Heritage High School, to ask if her high school students would help bring those designs to life.
One of the first grade teachers sent over little cute models that her students had made. My students looked at them, analyzed them, and then in 2 days developed drawings for them and a material list. Then we went shopping to get the materials, and then they spent 2 days in the shop cutting the wood, preparing the wood, and then we came over here. So it was a 1 week process, and the students are now helping the first graders actually build.
With high school students teaching these first graders how to assemble their designs, safety was a priority.
They told us to hold it very carefully so you don't hammer yourself. And they said be sure to keep your eyes on the hammer and where you're nailing.
The Heritage High School students say they really enjoyed teaching the younger students and themselves about the give and take of collaborating on a project.
Problem solving, I guess, explaining to them how to not to squeeze the trigger on the screwdriver, to strip the, and just like kind of stuff like that, like stuff we wouldn't really make the mistake of doing just because we already know how to do it. It's actually harder than I thought it would be to explain the simple things like using a screwdriver and stuff like that. So that's where I feel like I learned is just to slow down and explain like the simple things if people need help. So
that made me feel great. Like I said, I love working with kids, seeing them smile, interact with each other, and sharing, cooperation.
Delana McGill says it's this type of project-based learning that is helping her personalize instruction for every type of student in her class in new and engaging ways.
It's 100% engagement. My kids that are struggling academically, my kids that are above grade level academically, my kids that have behavior issues and trauma and all this stuff, 100% of them are engaged, and everybody can access it at some point, and I think that that's what's made it just really powerful and transformed my teaching almost, where it's just integrated throughout the whole day because the kids are always talking about the chickens. And so it's just cool because they are excited and they want to learn, and I don't have to force it, I guess.
While the chicken brooders were finished on schedule, the first batch of chicken eggs unfortunately did not survive the incubation process. Teachers at Orchard say they're working to hatch a new batch of chicks and have invited us to check back after they hatch.